Stephen A. Smith, as you know, as much as I admire the dynastic accomplishments of the New England Patriots, I was shocked there ever was such a thing as a tuck rule. I was there that night in Foxborough, and it was simply the most outrageous decision I have ever witnessed in my career. It was egregious. It was unconstitutional. It was asinine, 10, 11, and 29. And the next training camp, I was there with the Oakland Raiders, Stephen A. And one night, Al Davis pulled me aside as I was walking off the camp field. And he told me that he had come to believe that the review took so long to change that call that he was convinced that then Commissioner Paul Tagliabue actually got on the phone with the replay official from New York and stuck it to Al Davis because Al, as we all know, the late great Al Davis, had been such a legal thorn in the NFL side up to that point. Now I said, Al, I don't know if I could go that far. It was a horrible decision, but he was convinced that Tagliabue actually had time to get involved with it seemed like the review took 5 minutes to say, overturn the call, stick it to Oakland. The game would have been over. The Raiders advance in the playoffs. There's no Vinatieri field goal. It's done. And here's the point of the original tuck rule. The spirit of the rule, Stephen A., was if a quarterback begins to throw the football and changes his mind in mid-release because maybe he sees a DB breaking on the receiver and decides to pull the ball down but loses the football on the way down, it's an incomplete pass, not a fumble. In this case, Tom Brady had merely pump faked. That's all he did. He pump faked. He had finished tucking the ball back in. He had brought the ball back up into the throwing position, and his Michigan teammate, Charles Woodson, clocks him, and the ball is loose, and the Raiders recover. The game is over, and poor John Gruden still can't get over the fact that it cost him advancing in the playoffs. Your thoughts, please.
I'm wondering why it took them 11 years. There have been several occasions where the tuck rule was implemented over the last couple of seasons. I believe on at least 3 separate occasions this year, the tuck rule was employed or it applied to some play calling by the official, and it's something that should have been eliminated as far as I'm concerned the moment it cost the Oakland Raiders a trip to the Super Bowl. There may have been no New England Patriots dynasty if it were not for that play. John Gruden and the Oakland Raiders, including Al Davis, definitely got robbed. Now, I don't know if I'm going to co-sign on this belief that Paul Tagliabue actually called in to the game and, you know, got officials.
Al got a little paranoid in his later years, but maybe.
No, you know, God rest his soul. Somebody going through that many battles with a league, you can definitely understand his suspicions, his apprehension. But still in all, I think it's far-fetched, and I'm certainly not going to attach Paul Tagliabue, a man who's recognized as one having impeccable integrity, to be associated with such an accusation. With that being said, however, I would tell you that it's nice to see that the tuck rule has been addressed, and it's something that we don't have to concern ourselves with anymore. I still hate the fact that even if you're going forward, you know, and you fumble the ball, it could be an incomplete pass. You know, as far as I'm concerned, as long as you got the ball in your possession,
I agree.
You know, and the ball comes loose,
your fault.
It should be a fumble.
Yep,
I mean,
agree.
especially when you consider the rules that have been implemented to protect these quarterbacks so much. I mean, it's gotten to the point where all you have to do is eat a couple of cheese doodles or potato chips, make sure your breath smell a little bad, and breathe in the direction of a quarterback, and you can get called for a penalty. That's how bad it is right now. That's right. Yeah, well, cheese doodles.
Okay.
Cheese doodles. Trust me. Trust me. They taste delicious.
I don't know anything about cheese.
Cheese curls, actually. Cheese curls, by the way. Okay. But all I'm saying is that it's just too much. The quarterbacks are far too protected. And I think this is a rule that lends itself favor towards the defense for a change, and I'd like to see it continue in that direction.
I agree. Again, I can't believe there ever was a tuck rule, and now we hope it's moving toward just eliminating the whole concept of it.
Yeah, and to your point, a decision will be made next week when the owners meet in Phoenix.